sides.
Yeah.
Now it feels like we're not in that case. There is a lot more availability and output for this side. So we shall see as this one gets underway. It is Nuke to kickstart us here in this matchup as is paiN's pick, and they'll start, of course, on the T side.
Yeah, not waiting too long to get into this one. I think we wanted to get going here as quickly as possible. Nading towards the door, smoke as well to join it. It's all a fake out. Try and draw attention to the A-bomb site. paiN not necessarily acting upon it. Interesting approach here. A smoke that I feel, you know, I've not really seen, to be honest. It drops down into lockers potentially, just so there's no spot over there. They're going to go flying in towards that angle. It was a heaven smoke. Okay. Curious, very curious indeed. They try and fly through, going for like a reverse hell thing. This is cool. I like it. The Julies, however, just going to eliminate those stragglers, so it's cost them a lot to get down here and get this bomb planted.
Yeah, it's good that they get a bomb, but from here on out, it becomes incredibly difficult. VSM's going to win out a nice fight, and actually doesn't take that much damage. Snow's stuck on the site itself. He really can't escape, so he's going to rip a couple of heads. A quick tag onto Woxy. He 180s as well to find Soulfly, and Snow's gone for 3. What a start for the babyface killer. They needed a hero, and my God, did paiN get it?
Damn. Beautiful stuff. We cut to VSM. He was having some fun with the camera, but it's all serious at the moment until they get themselves in a good position. Fun and game so for paiN. The vibes have seemed pretty good. You know, they have a great selection of players. NQZ's pretty intense, you know, after a round like that. I'm sure he's, you know, veins popping out, cheering nice, as it were, or, you know, the equivalent in Portuguese.
Vamos.
I suppose, yeah, that's what it would
Vamos
be. Yeah.
caralho.
Yeah, there you go. Caralho and all that. But either way, I think things are, you know, looking good here. Great start. And a very unorthodox pistol, a strat that they've clearly been saving for a quote-unquote bigger game. As this may well be. Oh. Just a little tease. He's like, don't worry guys, I'll give you some clippable moments. Just not quite yet. We gotta get like 6-0 before he starts being funny.
I still wonder whose birthday it was. Why we got the balloons going
they're still there.
Yeah.
So whoever it is, they're kind of milking it.
Yeah.
You're a bit of a fiend for that when we go to a restaurant once in a while, you know. Say it's your birthday for
yeah. Trick of the trade, all those at home watching. If you ever like book a hotel or a restaurant, just say it's your birthday or an anniversary, and even if it's not, and you just get like a free cake. The amount of times I've done it for like when I've like gone and like booked hotels, like, you know, go on holiday with like my missus or whatever, booked a hotel and just says my anniversary and it's not, and you just get like a free bottle of champagne. I mean, be rude.
It's an anniversary of sorts.
Yeah, exactly.
Celebration, you know. Our 6-monthly holiday or whatever.
Yeah. It's our 2-year, 3-month anniversary.
Yeah. You're just very serious about these things.
Yeah. We celebrate it every month.
Boxic's gone.
Yeah. See you, mate. Yeah, trick of the trade. Do that. Do that for restaurants a lot, especially the nicer restaurants.
Yeah,
like,
this is it.
Any Michelin restaurant,
yeah, if
you do that, like you're getting something for free, which is
40 quid a course or whatever.
We did in Belgrade. We went to a Michelin restaurant, said it was my birthday. I mean, it was close. It was like a week and a half off my birthday.
That's fair.
It was kind of still a birthday celebration of sorts, but they gave us a free dessert, which was great. So there you go, trick of the trade. And
which we had to rush because we had other engagements, you know, to get to.
Belgrade basketball.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was pretty good.
Red Star Belgrade.
Highly recommend.
Apart from they got absolutely pummeled.
They did, but I respect, you know, we have one in the UK where it's like you only sing when you're winning, right? Which is like a sort of anti-chant, as it were.
Yeah, true.
And even though they were not doing well, they were chanting and singing the whole way through. You know, whenever they'd score like some points, which was not very often, like not being funny.
It was like every time they would score a basket, it would be like 10 more. Yeah, it was like Olympiacos thing they were playing.
Yeah.
The other way. So
no, if you're into your European basketball, they didn't do well. The games move a bit quicker, as far as I understand, and they had like rules, double the points.
More
like
contact,
50 to 100.
Yeah, I think.
Which I don't think I've really seen a game go that one-sided.
It was literally, I think it was like 110 to 52. It was rough.
Yeah, not a good time.
No, not at all. We are unfortunately in the tech pause, and I'm assuming it's on the side of Aurora. Just considering that we lost Woxic's cam, it might honestly be a cam thing more than anything, which is
it's true, and I think
generally an easier thing.
They've got to get set up, and the players are setting them up themselves, which I think becomes kind of a small problem. Just because, you know, relying on players to to get that set up. Ooh, it looks like it is a mouse thing, actually. He's plugged his mouse in here. That, ooh.
If you run out of battery, one round
That's
in.
a little bit of a rookie error, my guy.
Mate, one
Charge
round
that
in.
overnight. Charge it this morning. Have a spare mouse. I mean, that is the brand new, whatever it's, Super Strike.
Yeah.
You know, multicolored, black and white, cool mouse or whatever. So a lot of players obviously trying them out.
Doesn't beat my Gengar mouse, mate.
No, that is true. It's all about shape, really. And I don't know. I like some heft to the mouse. I'm not really a pro player, so I probably don't feel it as much. But
I used to love
like it having a bit of weight. The first Super Light that I had too light.
Back in the day,
would expect.
I used to love the Zowie, like EC2B, I think it was called.
Yeah.
But I tried to use it recently. I've got it somewhere. Man, it's heavy compared to obviously like these days the light mice. Mariah snuck his way out. He was really considering. Oh, he stopped for a second there, and then they go
small
back.
timeout.
Oh,
But they've got a kill.
I'm gonna say this might be a tech, but yeah, he has got a kill.
This seems like a bit of a loss issue.
Oh, yeah, we've lost
like on the
Woxic.
boot camp. Right.
Does
that count? I mean, yeah, does that count?
It feels like they're gonna I think it's like an honorary system of like just like let it be.
Yeah. But now the guy that took damage has left. They can just be like, no one took any damage. You can't prove otherwise because there's only 4 people.
He left.
Right, you just have to turn it off and turn it back on again. You know what Madger's trying to like teach him. Then you got to plug your mouse in, and you know if you move the mouse left and right, you can like aim and stuff.
So he plugged it in for a few minutes to give it a bit of charge, and normally that'll last
Can't
you
be
like
that charged.
no, but it'll last you like a half.
Yeah.
If you put it on for like 5 minutes or even less, it'll last you like a half. But something's going wrong here. He's gonna get under the desk.
Oh. Can we get an under the desk engineer cam?
Yeah.
You know, POV.
Woxic at work.
GoPro on the head. Yeah.
Woxic at work.
Me when I'm an IT engineer. Oh, he's back. That was quick, to be fair. Tell me he's turned it off on the PC. Has he done one of them? That's a bit dangerous, I hear. Not good for the old PC.
He's crashed though, you know, so sometimes beggars can't be choosers. Oh, he's getting back under again. Down we go.
Halfway.
Can't be good for your back.
What's under there, you think?
It's PC, I reckon. If I had to guess.
It's got a pot of gold. The winning formula, maybe.
I actually think it might be like the dongle's not responding.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Get the phone flashlight.
Yeah,
who is that? Smart individual.
Clever. Here we go. It's a two-man
favor,
job.
But
then you need a guy stood behind him, like with his arms folded, just like overseeing, you know, like, yeah left a bit. Yeah, that one. Yeah. It's very men on a construction site type vibe right now. Then the union rep comes along, you know, are these guys wearing hard helmets when they should be? Serious business. I mean, how many times you've been under, you know, and you like unplug in something and then you come up and you just nick the corner of your desk because you think you're clear of the desk, you know? You gotta be very careful. It's dangerous work. You need a hard hat.
Something's like seriously up with his PC though. He's back under again. I think it's the mouse dongle. It seems like that's what it's like not responding. Is my understanding. Because even when he plugged it in wired, it wasn't working.
Maybe not working. Yeah.
Oh, I need my phone now. He's using his phone's flashlight. There we go.
Maybe, or it might be a re-sign into Steam and all that.
No, because he's not crashed. He doesn't need to log back in.
Yeah, but why is he under the PC then? You know,
it's because his mouse cable's not working.
We don't know that though.
I do.
Who said?
Him. You can see by the way he's reacting. He's plugging it into the dongle and it's not responding. And he plugged it back into his mouse and it wasn't responding. You saw him shaking it with both the mouse, the cable, and the dongle. He hasn't crashed. He was in the server.
He left the server though.
Yeah, it didn't crash though. It's different. If you crash, it comes up on the kill feed. If you leave, it doesn't come up on the kill feed.
True.
I know ball. He hasn't. I'm telling you, he didn't crash. He's actually his mouse isn't responding, which is why he's now looking for. But
what a flick coming in, Shroud getting one another headshot. Are you kidding me, Shroud?
XD.
The fuck was he thinking?
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up in this situation.
Out there in the wild, the city never sleeps.
Gentlemen, excited for the show? Don't shit yourself. This isn't the quarterfinals. They'll pull through. All right, boys, buckle up. Our objective? To yoink Blade's scrapbook. The crown jewel of strategic documents. But where Blade goes, his scrapbook goes with him. To make matters worse, his hotel room is a fortress. Equipped with generational security.
This woman was suspicious her hotel mirror was a two-way mirror and someone was watching her.
The final catch, at night, his room goes into full lockdown. That leaves us one window. Blade's midday nap. Na'Vi's performance coach has been bragging on socials about the team's sleep quality, and by the looks of it, Blade's out cold for a solid 15-minute window.
Okay, so the plan is break into this room while he's inside.
Oh, Sasha, please. Sick plan.
Don't worry. Whilst Blade has Gen Z security, we have Gen Z stars.
Look at me, Blade. I'm the captain now.
I'm at the top, it's lonely still. No, I don't flex, but broski roll. It's like I went on a hike, cause true, I'm king of the hill.
Put down the weapon.
You're not here to kill the guy.
Sorry, boss.
Oh, and don't forget the dupe. Good luck, boys.
Oh, Sasha, please. Please don't come back. Please don't come back. Sasha.
Boys, low
Quality sleep. Aboard.
No! Sasha, please.
I repeat, abort.
Hide. Hide. Hide.
All right, welcome back in. Little toilet break to get us kicked off, of course, as we get into the action here. As we are back. Of course, already had that first round in play, and then we were ready and raring to go, see what was coming up. Some issues on the Woxic side, but seems he's back. We'll keep a close eye on how the crosshair looks, because we're thinking a mouse issue, pretty sure on that. Either way, outside execute coming in here from paiN, as they look to try and take some space with the vast majority of the team. That being said, Aurora are here, and we've been saving some strats. We've been saving some spots, it would seem, for these slightly bigger games.
I wasn't. The only issue is the boost is kind of nice. You're still exposed, like completely, both of you. Like,
it's just weird.
Yeah,
it's just an angle that's not going to get pre-aimed.
Yeah, it's just the draw away of the crosshair, but you're still both. Oh, potential. There we go. Woxic all the way back in spawn. Mouse is back to its best. You will get one. Pariah, he's so alone in this endeavor, but he doesn't realize how good he's got it in a sense, because he can wrap all the way through ramp.
Yeah, the boost down there that they're really committing to, by the way, obviously leaves this setup feeling kind of funky. Pariah Jr. going to go digging in the hook. Clean headshot. They're bursting in. Madja finds two, though. Goes unchecked to the door. Nearly gets three. It's unfortunate that he doesn't, so 3 on 2 now. And as we say, these boys down towards B can get in towards A very, very quickly. Biguzera with it all to do on the MP7. Brings it down to just one, and he's heard Woxic. He knows that he's upstairs. Will drop down. Woxic on the scout is just kind of the main issue for me. Smoke on top of the bomb. What does he opt to do? As Biguzera's gone for a full wraparound here. Complete positional change. Woxic will give it a look, and then I suppose got to try and hold this bomb. It's exactly what he's going to go for. 10-second hold to come through. Biguzera spamming away.
Oh, no.
Oh, the flash at the perfect time. The knife is out. Can he reach him? Yes, he can. Wow, blind as well. That's pretty damn close, but Biguzera gets it done in the 1-on-3.
Oh, that is dicey. That is very close indeed, but nice work from Biguzera. Needed to bail them out there. And he kind of loses track of where that bomb is planted. It starts kind of well, and it's something a bad force by Aurora. Madja's double is really important, and Woxic as well, that puts pressure on, but in the end, paiN win another, and with a knife too, just to add a little bit more money in the back pocket. We do get a little investment by Aurora, but this one is, for the most part, a throwaway round. Should be paiN taking a third. Should be in the operative word, but shall see.
Same start as the previous round. What's going on with all these boosts, man? Where you been hiding these? Where you been keeping these? See if they can find anything. It's also going to be weird for, yeah, the mini player. Oh, it's Wicadia from the bottom who manages to find that one. Nonetheless, Aurora getting their first kill. They really have tried to fight for it in the past couple of rounds. Gonna happen here, and they are on semi-decent buy. Certainly with an early Deagle kill, it feels pretty good.
It does feel kind of alarming that despite the lesser firepower, Aurora are still making these rounds competitive or, you know, expensive, annoying, however you want to put it. Woxic, P2K. Should be dead to rights. Big Azera's going to check and make sure, but he does take a dink. Woxic, he's getting off some damage before he drops. Wicadia just wary of a player in towards Vent. Might be going back into his position. They are. And the Deagle will get one. And AK going to be scooped up as well. And he gets up the ladder. Goes straight in towards the hands of paiN. 30 seconds now. A smoke single door, which will block off Madja, so he'll double back towards Heart. He's made noise. They've got to know there's a lobby player, but the question is, can they clear him? There's not a lot of time. 20 seconds. We haven't got a lot of time to kill here, guys. We've got to get this bomb down. They do. Snow will clear the close angle.
Yeah, they do well there. They were so sure of him. He went overlooked. He could have denied that bomb with low time, like you mentioned. So, very good job to find him. Zentaris is the one to watch here. MP9 and armor. Slow creep in, looking to make it, at the very least, expensive. And some money to be made by this MP9 as well. It's just going to be Zentaris. Oh, gets one. It's work, and no more for him. Again, though, pretty costly, as we've mentioned. These rounds from Aurora looking good, and there's lots of kind of gimmicky plays going on at the moment, you know, with these boosts, and then we've got like Wicadia hanging out in the vent. So I'm very curious to see how these develop. paiN have got some holes in their default, it would seem, that allow these things to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's in the gun rounds now as well. Just because Aurora are continually making these low buy rounds slightly worrying and expensive. They could be the opening kills as well that kind of look to maybe even slightly favor Aurora in that sense. We'll see. As Woxic wants to get aggressive, I like the idea, and especially if it works, but he only gets the tag just on the corner of the door frame. That's honestly really unfortunate. I think he gets hard done by there. 1-for-1 trades outside, keeps the numbers level, but paiN and Big Azera are both taking damage.
Yeah, looking pretty comfortable for Aurora. Would assume the one thing they've got going for them is the fact that there's some control downstairs. That being said, I think Aurora might stick to this as well, knowing the game plan. Soulfire's been posted up down here for a few rounds now. I think they're going to continue with that. It's not conventional to have a player always on B, but might be needed against paiN. You see how it goes. They're just not ready for him at all. Easy double kill. paiN Jr. A minute left, but it's probably a save as your best option.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's quite tough to save as well, because like Aurora will go looking a little bit. They don't have loads of money to properly hunt, but you just shore up your defenses, and in doing so, paiN, the only really place you can go is over towards CT spawn. Just looking like where he's heading, to be fair. That AK will be kept alive. There will be a buy around it, which I guess is nice. Like we were saying, we were concerned about how Aurora are making the low to no buy rounds dangerous, and when the full buys come into place, you look towards favoring them, and there's exactly that. And a pretty simple round, all things considered. I mean, it honestly should have even been easier. We should have seen Woxic getting that kill. I think he gets really hard done by it. That it's a tag onto paiN, not a kill. Little screenshot. It's a nice AK. I forgot what that one was called. It's one of the newer ones.
Yeah. I've not been keeping up as much these days, I'll be honest with you.
There's a lot more of these skins coming through.
Yeah, it's also probably good for the bank account to not be as interested in skins anymore.
He looks dead on. Yeah. I think he really gets hard done by
it's
that.
Like, it feels like half the bullet maybe hits that wall, and then the other half should be going through. Game don't work like that, but yeah, that's very, very close. Still contributes to the win in his own little way. prior known about and doesn't really get involved in the scrapping.
As you mentioned, though, buy back around. 1 AK save, 1 invested in a Galil. And Mac 10, they're going to rush in here and it's all fight to meet them. The first is good, but he's insta-traded. He needs to keep that kind of crosshair trained, or if anything, just keep holding mouse 1 as they're barreling in through. Oh, that's a nice idea by Woxic. We've seen a couple of these connect, actually, in stage 1. Not here by Woxic. There's a lot of presence down towards B as well.
They've got a firm read on this team, don't they? They really know that they enjoy going towards the B bomb site, and they are bolstering up that defense downstairs. Bacardia not quite the third. It's Antares who doesn't hit his mark. Not a single kill for him. Some damage done across. Woxic coming in quickly with this AWP. He does have a nade as well. Well placed, could find a kill. The bomb has yet to go down. It's actually pretty far away from the bomb site, it feels. Try and clear things out here, and it's just not worked. Bigazera all alone. There is not really. Depends on what Madja does. He's not going to go checking up. So there actually is a path for him to get out and get this bomb planted. You see Woxic's already started moving up. Really smart stuff here.
Really quick rotate. You can't deny the bomb going down, though, unless he dives on through, which he will, in all fairness. He's
close.
Just getting the bomb down, but guarantees a round nonetheless. Yeah, nice work. Making sure they pick up the right weapons. There's a couple of AKs dropped and AWPs and all the rest, but it's a good effort by NQZ. 3 kills to him. If he isn't caught in no man's land, there's maybe legs behind that round for paiN, but for Aurora, back-to-back in towards the full buys, that is the main thing that matters for them. They're just looking like the slightly more cutthroat side at the moment since the money's been in play.
Yeah, not quite sure what happened to the bomb in that round, I suppose, for it to end up in control and not straight out onto the site, but maybe they wanted to clear things, gambled wrong, not quite sure. Either way, Aurora, yeah, looking very, very good. And like I say, we've seen with the guns in play and also the earlier rounds as well, paiN going for, you know, a lot of outside presence, not necessarily needing it, but it seems they like finishing B, and perhaps that is something that Aurora have prepared into this one, because 2 players down on B, posted up and ready to go, is also quite rare. You know, the amount of times we see a game of Nuke just no CT playing on B, just always retaking that site as an option or fighting a bit more outside, but that doesn't seem to be Aurora's style.
Feels like a bit of a pause, but a pause there for paiN. Need to get low to no buy. You've got 1 Deagle, her Pariah, who's very scary with it, and 1 smoke now as well that Bigazera's going to throw to try and aid in the cross. We need more than 1 is the only issue, and see what happens. And Tara's going to completely fall off, then double back with the util. It's a trickle-down smoke on main, but Bacardia will just push out in front of it. Gets 1, and here's where the space can be taken by Xantares. 2 for him. Nice and easy for Madja. Sees off the final 2. A simple way to shut down the eco. Make sure the only thing they're really looking for is a bomb plant, and make sure they get nowhere near it.
Timeout coming in from paiN then, as they are very quickly starting to feel the burn in this one. Need to start answering back. Cannot let Aurora, with such strong fraggers, cannot let them start getting ahead, getting that ball rolling. Domination is potentially on the cards here, and paiN know that, so keen timeout coming in a good time before a rifle round, still early in the game, not before anything's getting away from them. Still on the T side as well, where sometimes you're not expected to do as well, but picking up the pistol, I think you have to be getting like 6 rounds, you know, just keep the rifle rounds as competitive as possible.
Yeah, this is kind of the issue right now, is that, like we've been saying, since money's been in play, there's actually only been 1 team in it, and the thing is, paiN are looking hopefully uncompetitive. Since Aurora have had investments to work with, it's not a good showing. It doesn't look bad in terms of the scoreline, but it feels bad in terms of the momentum of the game itself. Tara's smoked another for the cross as well. He's got the support of Woxic, a flash over. Break on the smoke, he wants to fight behind this. It might break nicely for him, but he just can't convert on the flick.
Snow having a look around these smokes. He's going to go through them, in fact. Oh, he hits a gap. Awkward. Zentaris will get traded, but it's Woxic there with the AWP to make sure things stay good. Oh, that's a small oversight. Magus here for the trade. But just confusing who's holding what for a moment there. Woxic gets taken down on the quick scope. Magia falls and leaves it all onto Soulfly here. So paiN finding a pretty nice contact round thus far. Soulfly creeping around. He is being watched, but by that low HP player. Can he capitalize here? Prior Juniors in a difficult angle. He now moves into the site there. They swap up. The AWP going to have a look, and the AWP going to take him down. Soulfly not quite confident enough to move in. paiN will get it done. And some slight issues, some slight oversight, particularly from Magia, I think, on top of that hut, really needed to be watching. They were both trained on the same angle.
There's a window there for Soulfly. If he'd gone a little bit quicker coming up through heaven, committed to the action, could have caught them in rotations because of how low paiN was, but for paiN, it's a nice round to put on the board, but it's still one that doesn't ensure loads of confidence on my side. It still feels like they're so reliant on individuals to shine rather than the game plan itself being really good. Let's see, Woxic. Reaction test is a successful one for him. He'll win out on towards NQZ. Double scoped and trained on towards Silo. It's Aurora who open up the proceedings, and prior taking damage just prior to that from the flames. So a nice start in response for Aurora.
Magia, this time, trained in on the hut door. Oh, jumps the gun a little bit, but they don't quite place him, unfortunately. It's very hard to deal now. He's able to move around. He's able to call on some support as well to help him, and he's not there anymore. He's swapped up positions. VSM. Okay, what's going on here, guys? They're just feeding Magia. After doing so well last time at dealing with him, you know, he got one kill. They knew he was on the hut, and the re-aggress was really effective. This time, 3 players go in, and not a single one is able to get a bullet on him.
And the issue is as well is that the first player who peeks out, they jiggle peek on the corner, and they spot a player in the open on site.
Yeah.
So that all their attention's trained on towards him rather than Magia, who continues to fight them from up on high. I feel like they're going to focus on the guy in the open rather than the guy on top hot first and hope they get a window. But it's not to be, so it's a 30-second save for Snow. He was not near the pack. Aurora will tie this one back up. Good response from them. Again, like what we were saying about this paiN side where it worries us a little bit, it's just some of these rounds are so unconvincing about the game plan behind them that it leaves a real kind of bad taste. When they do win, it requires an individual to seriously shine, and they go for the hunt here as well. I don't think they'll get to Snow's angle in time, though. It's a soft hunt, but not a committed one. If they had flown through, it would have been all right. A nice start, yeah. Thank you, Z. That's just too quick. Pops his head up and a nice flick, but just bobbing and weaving. Dodging and diving here as they're so focused on the guy on site. Draws attention away. Nice work, Magia. He can only shoot what's in front of him. Will really hinder the economy for paiN.
The immediate response is kind of perfect, right? Aurora, as we talk about sometimes, the blessing in disguise kind of round. Yes, they've lost one, but if they can win this one out, then they should have another one on top of it. Find yourself in a decent half and with potential to do even better. Considering they didn't pick up the pistol, the numbers could look very, very good here from Aurora if they get this right. Woxic ready and raring to go, as is Zentaris. Smokes are close to dissipating here, so got to get a move on, lads. This final player could get caught as they go down. Not quite, though. So they will make it in. Kind of the first time we're seeing a full secret move, but once again, Aurora just not afraid to post a player downstairs.
Got Prior on the lurk, who is being held for. He's got that angle trained, so it's meant to be a sort of soft split towards the B side, but realistically, it's going to be Soulfly. He's going to have to come up huge. Now, they know he plays on towards this rafters from the previous round. The question is, can they deal with him here? Window's not broken, doors aren't open. Now they are, and that'll draw his attention. He might swing in for the fight, and he gets the first. Nice work from him. They now know he's up here, and he's looking for more, and a drive-by Tech Nano see him off on the cross. Woxic needed to hit that, and here's where Pariah can make his move. He doesn't need to go too early either. Patience can pay off for him. Just needs to spot him out, and a couple of body shots One more tag is all he needs, and that's an ult recovered and the bomb to go down momentarily, you'd assume. But Wakadia quickly down here. 3 versus 3. 10 seconds, by the way. We've got to go. They've got to get this bomb, and it's stuck in an awful spot. 5 seconds. Do they have time for the plant?
Oh.
Just about.
That's rough, man. I mean, they had such control of the bomb, and they let it slip at the sort of very final second. Magic tries to creep through, but he will be bested. An unlikely round for paiN that they managed to pull off, and indeed some frustrations, I think. Magic wants to keep them together. One of the things I'll give paiN, the vibes always seem to be good, you know, a closer game or whatever, but there's always a bit of a smile on their face in one rounds, and I think they're able to sort of keep it together in the harder rounds as well. A team that understands their position, you know. What games are easy, what games are difficult, but yeah, that bomb going down took them a long time to get it back. I think they should have been able to hold. Crazy moves now from paiN. They look to just put their thumb in this wound and absolutely bring pain to Aurora as they push through. Bomb plant going down.
Oh,
nearly hitting that planter, but not quite.
Molly down or keep Woxic at bay. So still he has to reside on the ladder and wait. VSM will double back to cut off lobby control. Another Molly in towards heaven. There's a smoke here this time, and VSM, he's going to get caught. It's all on NQZ, and there's just too many bodies to find. A diving down Woxic with a no-scope.
Crazy.
We'll see it off, but it was a nice idea by paiN. I just think it was a little bit too expensive before that bomb goes down. The spam through the main smoke is massively important. Unfortunately, they just couldn't isolate the duels. Nicely done by Aurora to recover that top site retake.
It's also just a round like that doesn't quite come off for paiN, but the one in the previous does, you know. So they're winning the unexpected rounds, as it were. And the ones where they have a bit of a clearer game plan and it's maybe more conventional Counter-Strike, quote-unquote. It does seem like Aurora coming out on top. Very difficult for paiN to really find a consistent way to win. They're going to be back with a bye here, but it's not the best. Wakadia finds the first. Tech9 trying to get close, also going down. Wakadia with some really nice aggressive moves. 5 versus 3, straight out of the gate here. Soulfly thinking about sticking around. He might have had a good fight, but he feels there's no point taking the risks with how powerful our position is right now. Oh no, that's a damn. There you go. The nade number's going up. I think the max damage is 60.
Yeah,
I never see it hit 60. That's one of the better nades I've seen in a long time. 57 damage.
One of those damages was the nade hitting him directly as well. So even better.
Maybe that's why.
Oh, that's left. He's got a lot of shrapnel on him, and now some bullets too from Soulfly. Really nice round from Aurora. Only the one casualty, you absolutely take those. And again, another round where they can very simply control their positions. They're not really forced off the sites themselves. I think paiN, that initial idea, it kind of gets shut down by Aurora. And then in the mid-runners, they have to sort of recover this round. They just don't really know what to do. Good aggression. It's quite textbook from Aurora. That bit of a lobby hot look. And yeah, okay, does very well. So final round of the half. While it is an even game and 5 rounds T-side still pretty good, you can still talk about squandering chances here for paiN, and should be losing this round. Should be the operative words. And Torres for one, the molly will force him away. There's a flash behind it as well. And Soulfly gets tangled for him, not on the B site itself. Oh, it's messy, it's labored, it's ugly. I'll give them the B site.
Yeah, Crosshair just never matched up in the right place, did it? Zantares is down here pretty swiftly. To his credit, he's got some support as well. They're all here, actually, so could get very, very messy. One plank going to come in. Doors open. They know that it's now technically like a man down because there's a guy on the plant, and they have the numbers advantage. Zantares to thin the herd. NQZ, all that remains. Takes the head of the first as they come up close, but should be all good from here. Get a player on that bomb with a kit. Oh, man. Making it a little nervy. However, they will take a slim lead. 5 rounds on your T side, still pretty good. Excited to see what paiN have got in this second half, whether they can match up. I do worry, though. We've got Wakadia, we've got Zantares firing on all cylinders right now. That feels like a T side that could be very, very hard to deal with. We're going to find out on the other side of this.
Welcome back. We've got some reactions from some VSM who can get fired up and, of course, have a little fun. As we mentioned, the vibes always seem good over towards the paiN side, but the kind of situation that we're in maybe isn't so much. They had a decent start out the gates on towards their T side, 3 rounds to kickstart things, but at the end of the half with only 5. They struggled once the guns were in play to really put pressure on towards Aurora. Now, Aurora head on towards this T side, and if they can get a pistol and start pulling away, I worry for paiN.
No, absolutely. And indeed, kind of the favorites coming into this one. One of the main questions that you ask in a matchup like this, can paiN hit back in the same way that Aurora can dish it out? And at the moment, not really, right? Zentara's 14-7 after that CT side. Still got a whole other half a Counter-Strike to go here, so he could have a really, really hot scoreline by the end. I thought Maja was doing a jump throw, and then he didn't actually throw it. He was just practicing. Just making sure his jump key's working, I suppose. Molotov doesn't quite spread. I want to get back in the server for that one, buddy, because that's not quite doing its job. However, it's all a ruse, right? They're not going towards A. They are headed towards B here. Goosh lands onto Pariah Jr. Not much they can do other than gather some info. They push him away. Now they have options. They're actually going to go hunting him. And Soulfly, he had him dead to rights. Surely, it just gives up the angle at the worst possible time.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate. I wonder how costly this could end up being. Not. Soulfly, patience will pay off for him. He had a bit of an inkling. He could sense something was up. There we go. Woks going to find one of his own as well, as VSM will fall. It's already, bit by bit, the paiN numbers being thinned out here into 5 versus 3. Unless we see a miraculous round, that should be impossible to survive. NQZ does get one and gets out. He will now get support from lobby itself, but he can't deny this bomb getting planted.
Yeah, just such a weird post plan to deal with. You got 2 Ts up in the rafters. Not very common. Woks as well doing his due diligence to watch behind and make sure there's nobody flanking in. So Snow's on the Julies, but he will be deleted as soon as he reveals himself. NQZ here looking to try and be the hero. Picks up those fallen Julies. One more to find on the site itself. Meanwhile, there's a fight potentially brewing up top. Just not going to happen. The Glock's coming out on top of most of these exchanges. It will be the pistol going the way of Aurora. Big, big deal, right? paiN got the pistol in the first half. It's kind of their saving grace of the scoreline. Denied it here. So, as you said, potential to pull away.
Yeah, without that pistol, I mean, it honestly sets itself up for like a 10-2 first half, right? So this is sort of what we're talking about with paiN, that we're really worried about them. Like the wins that they were getting across that first half, while the scoreline doesn't look that drastic, it actually is. And made worse by the fact that they got nothing really in that pistol to fall back on. They are going to go for the force, though. 1 MP9 and a few upgraded pistols. If you lose this for paiN, it actually could start to spell the beginning of the end for your map pick, which is never where you want to be. The Eagle. Yeah. Looks like, oh, we'll get tagged. There's a couple of tags that come through. Soulfly left really reeling. Get this lower control.
Well, he comes in. Snow will be safe from it, but obviously can't take the peak, so it depends on what T-side go for. It's a pretty heavy stack down here. Certainly scared for a moment. Snow on the 5-7. It can be deadly from that kind of range, but are they ready for another man? The answer is sort of. Zentara's, though, is just so crisp right now. Really not missing these open fragging opportunities. Those kills coming in, they feel unsafe, right? They don't necessarily want to dedicate down here. Maja takes some damage off Big Uzera. But the bomb has other plans for the time being. Still sticking around on the vent, though, so maybe it is going to be a B finish.
They feel quite indecisive here, Aurora. They've got a bit of information, but I think they're just worried that this is actually that B gamble stack, hence why they're waiting for it. But NQZ remains down here. 20 seconds. They really can't make a big error in a sense. This bomb does need to get down, and NQZ can be part of denying it. He might dive out. There's just smoke in the way. He'll get one, but he can't get another. If it was a default plan behind Silo, it might have led to something, but KD will see it off in the end. It's honestly not a bad effort by paiN, but it's a force by loss, and it now will start to look really dicey for them. This is now where Aurora can put themselves in a position to seriously pull away. Very concerning. Up to a 9th. The 10th should come pretty freely, as that force buy doesn't have the legs behind it. At that point, we're looking at paiN's next gun round being at the 10-5 scoreline. That is sort of a do-or-die situation on your map pick.
Not looking good, to say the least. I think that really sums it up as much as possible. Going to be the outside smokes here, and they will look to follow behind them. Making one known at the very least, but the rest of the team maybe not quite being spotted. What do the CTs do? I think they'll just look to try and overwhelm a certain area with their pistols. Especially as these smokes go down. In the same vein, Aurora happy to take a fight, you know. They really do want to start looking here. Woxic light clear of the corner, but paiN Jr. will be hidden away. VSM will be hidden away. One good clean kill to open up proceedings here. Raises an eyebrow. See if they can find any more paiN dealt with. There's still a lot of players just hiding around corners for this CT side. Could get very, very messy here.
One spotted in towards hell. Now another one as well, just outside of heaven, and another in credit card. Uh-oh. Force buy is getting scary. It's getting very scary. NQZ scooped up on AK. He looks to close it all on his own. It's against Wakadia, the last man alive. And it's NQZ who seals the deal. What a force buy to be taken back. Or not even a force buy, a low buy, essentially. 5-7 and a deagle is all that's required. And it's just too convoluted by Aurora. They overcomplicate complicate that whole situation tenfold. They were just not needed at all. It was just completely unnecessary. They could have easily just played as a pack, played as a unit, and gone down towards Secret. They took Secret control initially, and then they just double back, and you can see what it means as Antoine. It's such a tilter around to throw away when you have such space to use, and you just don't.
Yeah, been around long enough. You can see rounds like that developing. paiN in some good spots, and as I said, one good clean deagle kill. And Aurora gave it to them, you know, a lot of solo moves going on. Let me go and dig. Let me try and find it. They predicted rightly, it would be wild to buy there, that it was going to be an eco.
Yeah.
And I think a couple players just like, maybe an opportunity for some eco frags could be fun. Taking their eyes off the prize.
Also great kind of read from paiN, because they essentially, at the tail end of that round, have 4 players outside. Like, they just know that this is where Aurora's default's going. So it'll put us in the best position to take some fights. And I think generally the moniker you bring to a round like that is, let's make it expensive, right? That's all you're really looking towards. You're not expecting to win a round like that, and they end up they just get fed easy 1v1s. Flip side, you do see Aurora go in for a buy themselves. Everyone's fully invested. Bar Woxic is going to keep cash on hand for an AWP a little bit later down the line. But it's a tough force buy to try and respond with after losing that.
Torres leading the charge here. He is still towards the top end of that scoreboard. Best KD on the server by a good margin here. And you can see why. Really not losing these heads-up fights. It's a big, big deal. Madja is going to go down. Things get really quite quick and intense towards this B-bomb site. In a matter of moments, single door open, maybe missing the sound cue. Smoke goes down, but it wasn't at door. It does indeed, you know, cover the bomb planter, but Snow is out here regaining some control, taking some space for his teammates to try and work with. Down to just 2 now. Soulfly has recovered the AK. Have to be the hero. Oh, jumps the gun a little early. Wins out the fight all the same. Cardi has found his. Suddenly, looking good as Soulfly has picked up the pace again. It's all going to be down to NQZ. Misses his initial shot. They know his location. He's got the kit. He's got smoke on the bomb. An overface maybe coming in. Not a lot of time to deal with. Knife is out. He can't find him. Wakardia can't find him. Oh, he gets the kill just to add insult to injury. Ah, Soulfly. Why swing it, man?
Yeah.
He just, you know, he picked up the pace. He's taken all these fights. No off switch, though. No off switch for him, and it cost them.
He just gets giddy. He thinks it's an all but done affair. But the smoke and the kit defuse is really nice from NQZ. He's very fortunate not to get knifed there right at the end. Kind of feel for Wakardia a tad, because honestly, it looks like he's right on him, but really well done. Nice couple of rounds to take that'll put pressure on for damn sure, bringing it back into the arm's reach. A 2-round game, but a nice opener by Woxic nonetheless. It's AQZ who wins that round, who started off by, well, losing his head. So he gives himself for Acadia, paiN, a move on rafters as he shifts his way round. Now, this is a buy, of course, for Aurora off the back of that plant, but it's still a bit of an awkward one. And Soulflight is knife out. He was looking to scoop up the AK. paiN drops his M4s. He's looking for it himself. This is a little bit of a wild game here. I mean, this is what we were expecting coming in towards this series between these two. It's a little bit crazy. And a freebie there for VSM.
There's some tilt setting in. Some of these peaks are frustrated. Soulfly's got to lock in, bro. There's 2 rounds where he's made some very questionable decisions. Yeah, getting a bit annoyed. Some of these players, I would assume, VSM. Smoked and flashed. Sticks around. Makes a drop noise. He might think he's gone down below, actually.
I think you're right.
Not sure he did it on purpose or if it's just because he's feeling uncomfortable, but all the same. Who they expect him? Meanwhile, walking all the way through towards hell.
Traded places.
It is clever here.
paiN's dead.
They don't have any idea.
He's dead to rights.
Or is he? That's the invulnerable spot.
Yeah.
All right, he does go down, but again, it takes a little bit of work.
It's cursed energy over there, that's for sure.
Everybody sees that and they just have flashbacks. Oh, Woxic! Not paying attention. VSM moves up silently. It's going to be down to Madja, the captain, in a 1 versus 3 now, and he does not stand a chance. They get a bomb plant, but this gap has closed exponentially. Where has the lead gone? paiN proving why this is indeed a go-to map for them.
Yeah, loss bonus and a bomb plant will net some level of investment towards that. I don't think it's going to be the fullest of buys. I really wouldn't mind attack timeout being taken by Aurora, to be honest. There's a lot of pressure building on their shoulders, and there's quite a few sloppy mistakes being made. Over swings, over fights. I mean, it's dicey. Pulls a steal from VSM as well to no-scope there. Had all the time in the world to set himself up for a clean kill, but opts for the no-scope for style points, and he gets a second behind it. Doesn't look too bad with the AWP, to be fair. Got a slow map up until that point. It's a big round from him. Like you mentioned, Fly was always going to be a little weird. Just taking a lot of damage, but Xantares will dive down as he scoops up an AK now off the body of Big Azera Snow. 1 for him as he lurks in vent. Wakadia making a arguably unnecessary move.
I don't know what to make of it. There's so many questionable decisions coming out from the Aurora boys. Oh, lucky to be alive. Very lucky indeed. I mean, still looking sharp, but it's the decision-making as it unfolds. The Madja T-sides, maybe not the thing that's under scrutiny at the moment. It's more just the supporting cast, as it were. We'll get Heaven control. The AWP is trained in on them, but bear in mind, again, he is very, very low. They have nothing to help them out here.
Yeah, they had a nade or a flash. It.
You have a Xantares, though.
It's true. Xantares peak by name. And by nature, of course.
Even seen, man.
Yeah, it's just cerebral for him. They dive down towards the A side. Bomb will come down in just a second as well. And they can leave Xantares up on towards the Heaven position. This is a strong place to play from, and he should net more, and he will. In the rotate, VSM gets caught. And I think if you're Aurora, you actually just go for the... if you're paiN, you go for the save here.
Yeah, and that is what they're going to do. I mean, look, the frustrated style of Aurora the past few rounds finally panning out. Xantares go kill has been the name of this round. And it does work. 21-11 now. Team in the backpack a little. Woxic struggling to be heard on this map. Soulfly with those questionable decisions for a few rounds that, you know, you don't necessarily want to point the finger at one player, but may well have cost them the strength of their lead. They're still just about going to hold on to it. Trade is there. Can we get this AWP back? Does Woxic even want it? Oh, I think he just about got it there. All the same, Xantares kicks off MAC-10 to AK. Kill from Heaven, not this one, the one before, to take down the AWP. To just really be aware that the AWP could be watching. The AWP's going to know. And even the AWP didn't know his angle, you know, didn't know how exposed he was. So hold on to that lead. It's slim. paiN are right on their heels here. Just one more slip up and things should be even.
Yeah, just when it feels like, though, we're about to get some sort of run for paiN, Aurora just find a round that keeps the pressure really piled on. So as we mentioned in the pre-show, these two sides love an overtime. paiN 6 out of the 12 maps they've played have gone to OT, 2 out of 5 for Aurora in the second stage. I mean, Pro League and overtime seems to be hand in hand at the moment, but especially when these two sides are in the server.
Yeah. Online, you know.
Yeah.
Teams that struggle to close things out. Mixture of emotions.
This is a useful fake being thrown here, and you can immediately see the paiN not fall for it for a second.
The Inspect ready to throw the HE here. Snow could do some real damage. Oh, Centaurus gives it a look. Nade comes in. 6 points of damage. Does not make it deep enough, unfortunately. Not really anything to write home about on that one. But he does spot them. And now maybe they have a decision in terms of how they want to end. It looks like it's still going to be a B play. They're ready downstairs, though. But it's a fake out with the nade. Pryor Jr., what have you got? Good timing. Good catch from him. Gets a kill. Moves into the hut. Meanwhile, Wicadia still down below. Pryor Jr. does get traded eventually. And Wicadia continues being a thorn in the side. Going to buy a lot of time here. If not another kill. VSM has lost him.
Oh, no.
But VSM's just so busy. He's the furthest away he could potentially be from getting to that A-bomb site that I think they have to save.
Yeah, VSM's common, you can see, and he's baffled. Like, where? I don't know where he's gone. I've lost him. He must have gone towards outside. Now he's doubling back for this, and Wikidia's got a great angle. And Wikidia's just going to win that fight. It's just lovely work from Wikidia, but it's so unfortunate for VSM. He's had a bit of a rough map, and I don't even think that's a poor decision. It's a coin flip of do you look left or right. And it looks the wrong way. Back on towards the site, and that'll be that. Big as air, and NQZ will save. That is Aurora up to 11, with 4 staying alive. Felt nice for Pariah. Gets one. He maybe has the opportunity to continually punish, but he's immediately put back in his place. Timeout taken by paiN. They are running out of time, running out of chances here on Nuke, and they kind of needed this map in the veto process as well. 2 more rounds is all that Aurora require. And a bold decision to be made here as well off the back of this timeout for paiN. Do we actually force buy it and play to win in regulation as the majority of teams will?
Yeah, pretty screwed, to be honest. It's Poison Chalice. Tattoo goes hard. I didn't know that. The CSGO tattoo on the hand.
I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying he got it when he Walter's first major, I think was...
Yeah, because VSM was like an age-old VAC ban, right? Or something that
potentially
cleared up. He's one of those players, I think.
But yeah,
he got VAC ban when he was 12 or something.
Yeah, I think if I'm right in saying... I swear I remember seeing him tweet that he got it when he like made it his first major or something along those lines.
Never cheat, guys. Never cheat. You never know when you might be... crazy. I don't know that he has.
I thought he did. Fluxo.
They could have made it stage 1, yeah, to be fair. Woxic going to open up here with the AWP. Able to back away. Really quite a keen start. The AWP on the T side of Nuke. Not something you see very often, but he's looking to take matters into his own hands. They've got him out there, taking first peeks, etc. And indeed, we'll find one, set up another. So looking good. We keep our eyes on Snow, who is now a glass cannon M4 user. But really the only hope that they have, and it would be absolutely insane for them to pull this off. Aurora have done well in a key round to find the openers. You know, they lost out to some pistols at the start of this half, making sure that that does not happen again.
Right. We should get one for this. Oh, for Soulflight. Lovely little check. Pryor did great work in the series yesterday towards single door, and he's not doing too bad in this map, but as a whole, we're getting towards the beginning of the end here. A P250 and an M4. Now, Snow, saving's not a bad idea. The P250, it feels unlikely they'll be given that luxury. And now spotted towards outside red. VSM's dead to rights here, and he is. Does get a dink on towards Madja, but he'll lose his life for it. 12-8 now for Aurora. 4 map points to close out their opponent's map pick and set themselves up with a nice little buffer Very concerning times for this side who have dwindled here. Snow. Yeah, good reaction. Needs to be a bit careful. There's an AK as well to scoop up. You'll take that. 4 map points now for Aurora. And we said at the halfway point, if it wasn't for that pistol, paiN wouldn't really have been in a competitive state in towards this map. And that remains. When there's been guns in play, there's only been one real team in the server.
Here we go then, do or die for paiN on their map pick. They've got the Overpass coming up next, which feels like a nasty one. 0% win rate in 3 maps played. Maybe some energy towards the tail end of this one could spur them forwards, give them some hope.
There you go, I found it. Boss Paris Major.
There you go, bada bing. Which was the last one in CSGO as well. So.
Yeah, I knew it was one of them. They ended up finishing dead last, but he qualified.
I suppose that's why you were looking at like the notable achievements. It doesn't show up there.
Yeah.
Do you feel like qualifying to the major, but maybe...
I feel like that is a notable achievement in
maybe
itself,
if you come dead last, perhaps not.
23rd, 24th, and yeah, no.
Wikipedia's standards.
Oh, he's Antwerp as well.
Well, that was the RMR, hold on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
They qualified with a finish like that. Either way, looking to finish strong here. Tattoos be damned. Zantares to open up against Bigazera, as they have for many, many rounds previous here. Cardia creeping out, cheeky move. Takes a team nade as well, so maybe he's not been fully given permission to do that. Taking matters into his own hands, as he often does. You know, Wakardia is a player that they sometimes just decide to free up randomly and see what he can cook.
I like the freeze here as well with 35 seconds. Oh, because they're going to catch NQZ in rotation. Woxic swinging a fine. Numbers go in the favor of Aurora. This is feeling like the beginning of the end, but there's not a lot of time here. Rise on a bit of a weird angle too. Checked by Soulfly, but not seen. Off back into a 3 versus 3. Snow's going to slip the net. He's going to catch the gap. He's going to catch Zantares. And up on site, there's VSM, and he stands tall. Oh, paiN live to see another day in this map just yet. Not dead and buried. Still a bit of a road to recover. But there's life left in them. That's a good round.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, we would say questionable. They're in a position of power at the moment, so you'd say, like, interesting or cheeky. But no, I think that they are kind of inexcusable a little bit from Wakardia. They're a man up. There's no need to go for anything that wild. Just take a moment and try and work with the advantage that Zantares has once again given you. Now I think they understand seriosity, man. It's 12-9. If they get the 10th, paiN will break the bank, so it'll come all the way down to that final round to deny the overtime.
We've joked about the OT, but surely we're not going to get it right.
I know.
Two of the most OT-prone sides.
Not a bad idea. No one behind it, unfortunately. VSM, quite fast enough. Tapping into this double AWP setup once again. NQZ's like, don't worry, I will show you how to land the AWP shot. Takes out Zantares. That's a big name to find.
Yeah, it's true. You can tell there's like this sort of frustrated energy about Zantares where he's really wanted to fly into the fight. And obviously for the most part it's working because of how solid he is. Wakardia, that's a big find. That's going to give them space towards the A site. 50 seconds on the clock to work with now. And for Aurora, the lack of time nearly cost them in that previous round. They just died regardless, but they didn't give themselves loads of time to maneuver around, and they might be calling this freeze again, which could lead to the same problems. Orb threads the needle, misses the shot, and Woxic and Wakardia a kill apiece. VSM's all that's left, and he's seen off moving up the ladder. It's honestly a really hard-worked map, but when it never really should have been. Credit where it's due, Aurora grind out some really awkward rounds. On the flip,
what is up? Welcome back in here. We are set and ready for the German map, as it was.
It's not bad accent.
Yeah, I didn't want to go too deep or too offensive. You know, I don't want to annoy anybody. Serious stuff out here, of course. But to getting into this one, as we are indeed ready to kick off pretty quickly there. No wasting of time. No tech timeouts, please. Please. Hopefully, Woxic's got his mouse all fixed this time around. Looked like it by the end of the map, you know, it was a little rough to begin with for him, but it was mostly the Zantares story over there. He'll be looking to do that again here on Overpass.
Yeah, exactly. He had a great game. And I think, honestly, it was kind of like a great game born from the frustration of them throwing away a few rounds where he was like, I'm just going to become the Terminator. I'm going to take over these rounds and make sure I see them out. Flip side, NQZ had a pretty decent performance. So we're looking towards him again as he's in the A site. And that is briefly where Aurora are heading at the moment. Biggest error the first spotted. And he will take a little tag and now a big one as he takes a dink. VSM's are close. Dualies at this range are normally pretty good, but he squanders the first chance. That allows Zantares back out. He'll open up proceedings.
paiN Jr. down below here. Oh, just deleted though as those Glocks close the gap. NQZ's always good in these pistols, it would seem. He manages to find the first player who was lurking up towards A, actually. While Soulfly, round-winning position it has to be. He's not going to get checked. Is he going to be needed, I suppose? He wants to get in there. He wants these kills, and they come easy. Nigh on flawless round.
Yeah, nice work from Soulfly as well, making sure in a situation like that, he had a couple of squandered chances, let's say, and towards that first map, and it didn't look as clean as we expected from him, but that is where we can now start to see him open up his proceedings. He has a kind of a map every now and again where he goes crazy, and potentially this could be one of them. When we look at this series now as well, with paiN losing Nuke, we really do worry for Overpass. It just feels like a really decent map for Aurora to head into, especially if they can get this T-side going nice and early. A pistol, if they can convert this force by round as well, paiN are going to already be in a bit of trouble. We're going to go for the triple boost. I like this. You say tucked against the railing as well, so you actually are pretty accurate with it. NQZ waiting. If he continues being patient, might get a chance. There he is. He'll get a tag.
It's something, though.
Yeah.
It's definitely something.
Also, though, it's information on the flip side for Aurora that there's three over there.
Yeah, I think that's it. They take the shot and immediately leave it rather than trying to act upon the tag or catch him on a repeak. Zantares here going digging. Looks to pick up where he left off on Nuke. Can't quite net that frag. Double nade on the barrels is not enough to find the kill, but a lot of softening up going on here.
Yeah. Oh, and even more so on towards Bigger's era. His priority was getting that smoke in towards Divider, and in doing so, it nearly costs him his life. Soulfly, he's basically alone in this endeavor towards B. There is a little bit of support from Arcadia, but he's not joining him. Smoke down for Snow. This gives him the ability to get out, but Soulfly is holding for this. 35 seconds, though. We've got to make a decision. Looks like a finish towards B. And Snow will tuck himself in towards water. In they come. Fly by. Mach 10. Round the corner does well. paiN getting one, and Snow will fall. And that being said, once again, the B side taken. And another one where, honestly, if I'm paiN, I'd be looking to save it.
Yeah, just take what you have into the next round. They've done a lot of damage, though, so we'll see if they can create something. Probably going to get boosted up. Needs a bit more room to work with. Oh, there it is. That's the healthiest player.
Yeah.
Hold the phone a moment if they do decide to go for this. There's not loads of time left on that bomb, but looking to try and get another name, not going to happen. That lack of utility is the big thing. Prior feeling confident doesn't happen for him. 5-7, yeah, certainly on the exits. Could do some real damage here. That kill bonus on the cards. Playing for the headshot angle. Able to find one, but traded. Not devastating, but it's decent damage done in the end. So, see what the choice is. Maybe a Deagle or two battered up into this next round could continue keeping that econ low.
Yeah, exactly. It's good to see for Aurora. Because, you know, there are times on the T side on Nuke, we saw Aurora where basically the best option for them would have been to fly into a fight and to really just play as pack, and they didn't. And they overcomplicated situations. They allow paiN to ice hit them. That's two back-to-back rounds where they just move as a unit. Yeah, nice work. We'll see how it continues. Like you mentioned, there is a little bit of an investment here. And for around what was saved. Deagler Snow up on high. Oh, and Zantares accounts for it. That is a quick reaction.
Yeah, a little curious. paiN drops the M4. So they're going to have to do something with it, to be honest with you. The 1-for-1 is just not enough. I don't know what you say from here. Man advantage, Aurora, Zantares flying a little bit. think you just, again, look to save here if you are paiN. Try and take this M4 into the next round. So that paiN has something to work with. Maybe you drop him a gun across. You know, it's a strange decision. Just trying to keep pressure on. I suppose they've done so much damage in that previous. Again, it does come into the logic of doing more damage here. Just quite an expense to do that.
Gotta save this M4. It looks like Big Zero will just get round into the safety of mid. And net himself one towards Antares as well. So a constellation kill to be taken. He's now known quantity. And you can sort of see that the group maneuvering to try and find his position. I think the scout's dead to right here. It is. Nice shot from Woxic. Also on Big Zero, it looks like he'll just about, even though despite being a kind of a known quantity, it looks like he might just escape with his life intact. I guess you got that silver lining. You'll be buying in towards the next as well, so paiN going to require a drop. He probably just gets the M4 from Big Zero. This is a good start. 3 on the bounce for Aurora. And a bonus buy coming in towards the first full gun round for paiN. If paiN lose this, they're already in real serious trouble in towards map number 2.
Yeah, big one here, though. 3 rounds already on your T side, looking to just completely pummel their opponents. Could get up to 5 or 6 in a row pretty comfortably if things keep going their way. Going to start to see some of the issues of Overpass creep out for paiN, or maybe that homework that we're, you know, lightly crossing our fingers that they have done. It's just a case of whether they've had time to do it. What with the stage 1 and stage 2 being played. That one freshly out of the Vitality book. They were really quite solid recently on this map against Paravision, I think it was. In that Cluj final with the utility usage.
And again, you know, last time these two sides played was back in Ion Krakow on the stage 1 on this map, that was. And that was a 13-6 to Aurora, which is pretty damning. Xantares, it's just not missing at the moment, is he? So we'll find one, but he's really tagged up low here. He now can't cross the safety, and surely they fly into more fights. There's a great supporting flash from paiN. Xantares does what he does best, but Wakadia can't imitate as well. Numbers are good for paiN. Flashes over. Magi will bring one back in tow. 2 versus 2 now. Bit of a slow rotation. paiN, he'll be half cleared, half checked, but he doesn't capitalize. It's all on the IGL. Magi needs something heroic here. A shoulder of the orb spotted. Gets the head. Oh, and Magi isolates the fight excellently. paiN, that is a blunder of a round to throw away at the tail end. And Magi does so damn well.
Timing just a little off. NQZ peaks slightly early. The shot baits him out successfully. Exactly what he wanted. They just weren't ready to trade off of each other. That is a damn shame for paiN. It's going to be really, really difficult to deal with that. Yeah, from a mindset standpoint. And just logistically as well, things starting to get away from them. Their econ's kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
Able to pull an M4 out here, but also go down the middle pretty comfortably. BSM deals with the pushing players, finds some great timing for a 2-piece, and Aurora dry. Testing B, I suppose he was the only player on B as well. So now it's like, what's Aurora doing, you know? Just contact rush B is very questionable.
It was very basic compared to the quite nicely worked rounds they've had.
Which feels like, yeah, do you expect that to work? Like, seriously? Or are you just really trying to see what you can get away with? I don't know, it's strange.
Yeah, really trying to kind of like see what the limits are. But in this instance, it's not a good test to be taking. Oh, I don't know whether Wakadia spotted the shoulder there. He looks trained on the angle for Big Azera. Look, at this point, Big Azera is going to be heard. Raya's up close. Flash in, but he's not even going to commit to the fight behind it. Now we're known quantity, and Wakadia is very quickly up here. But here's where paiN's rifle can go huge, and same for the Deagle of Big Azera for 2. Oh, just when Magi has a moment of brilliance, Big Azera answers with one of his own.
Yeah, again, though, I think, you know, that's an Aurora loss round. They'll definitely feel that. Not necessarily one that they, I suppose, had a chance in, but also just the way that it opens is extremely questionable. All the same, paiN capitalized, not going to squander that opportunity, not going to let it slip through their fingers. Curious to see now how the Aurora response looks. Their Econ feels the burn despite 4 rounds in a row. Just goes to show, has been close. It has been difficult for them in some of these rounds. Not perfect, but individually standing strong, which is good to see at the start here. They just need to hope that tactically they can figure this one out.
Yeah, they've making it expensive quite consistently. Madja opting to be kind of the util mule in this one, as he can't pick up even a gun. It is purely a util vibe for him, so he is the supporting element, true and true. And again, I don't know what kind of the play for Aurora is here, right? You know, you've had a complete shutdown towards B, but you also had nice rounds towards B. You haven't tested really what a formulated bathrooms control round would look like either in these gun rounds. Back to B we initially look. It's Wacadia up close. Right, train, this can be really dicey. It's a good trade. It's a positive trade. Wacadia going to get both and pick up an AK.
It's smart from Aurora. It's a good read. I mean, I think they've very, very quickly figured out that paiN get bored. They like making mid-round moves on this CT side. A lot of the time's quite dry. I think Uzera charging in here will lose his head. Key trade frag there. Pryor up on the boost, keeping things interesting though. Soulfly going to spot them moving in now, and Madja, that last line of defense over at short. There's kits available. Smoke onto the bomb has been expended here. NQZ, 2 HP. Will that be the difference? Madja just waiting patiently. Smoke going to go down. Not too long of a succession here. Tap comes in, he's not peeking. Playing it well, second tap. Oh, still not peeking, goes late, takes the player. He was 2 HP though. The healthy man holding for the fight. Madja's played it so well. He knows what's up. He knows that they would indeed be looking for him. And they take the round. That one's skin of the teeth stuff, not what paiN wanted.
Yeah, job done by Madja. Lovely, kind of an 8 timing, but also just not to fall for the bait of the stick in the first instance. Knows it's a tap, or at least assumes it's a tap, and he just bides his time. Very well played from him as well. Even if he gets infiltrated there, it makes no difference. That round was all but lost. He's done such a good job. It looked like he was leaving it very, very late.
How do you feel about how you set up there? It's like maybe it was just proximity and who was close, but I feel maybe getting the healthier player on the bomb that late into a round, you know, just in case he doesn't quite get the headshot.
That's actually not how pros play it, though. It's always the low player who gets on the bomb, just because you essentially want your healthy player to be able to fight. And generally speaking as well, yeah, exactly. You want your healthy player to have a better chance. If it's your healthy player on the bomb, they're ineffective because they're still going to die regardless. Like, regardless of whether he has 2 HP or 100 HP there, Madja double dinks him anyway and he's dead because he's just, you know, a still target. So you normally get the lower player on because the healthier player is there to fight. And the hope is that in some cases as well, if Madja swings out there, his attention's drawn to the guy not on the bomb. So then it is a raw kind of head-to-head and a 1v1 duel. But yeah, he does well. He's played for himself perfectly there. Second 1 versus 2 as well that Madja's won. The first one he wins after kills. That one he wins after 9 the defuse. He's had 2 big rounds taken on his shoulders alone, which is good to see. You know, he gets a lot of criticism, Madja, in terms of the calling and sometimes even in terms of the numbers, but it's 2 big rounds that we can completely give him the credit for. What was that first flash?
Just missed, I think.
I just...
Crosshair in the wrong place.
So it's not even like it's a jump throw either. He just threw it low.
Yeah. Hair in his mouse, maybe.
Yeah, happens to the best of us. This is going to be an interesting fight here. Xantares has got decent timing. He's being held for. Oh, that turn is awful. That is so unfortunate for Big Azera.
I think on purpose, though, a couple footsteps taken in towards mid, just as Xantares is making it around that corner. So really well done to draw attention away from where Xantares was.
2 more players here. Made that one.
Good. Pryor Jr. left on half HP, dealt with by the scout of all things. VSM, 2 is solid, but not quite enough in this situation. It's going to be left down to Snow, the young gun. Looking as comfortable as we move on to Overpass. 2 and 5 at the moment. Finds himself on the scoreboard now. Is a chance for redemption. But before I get the words out, Xantares teaches him who is boss.
Yeah, nice work. Starts and closes the rounds, Xantares. Yeah, poor Big Azera. Timing really getting the better of him. This is a really, really good run by Aurora out the gates. On the T side of Overpass, this is the most CT-sided map in the pool. You're getting 6 rounds already. A 5-round buffer. paiN are in serious trouble. Doesn't matter how good your T side is, this is not a good look at all. A lot of things going right for Aurora, and they are really on track now for taking this series and kind of doing it with ease as well, which is the probably even more damning thing. You at least wanted, if paiN were going to lose here, a bit of a competition, push us towards a third, just something to fall back on as you drop in towards that 1-2 bracket, but this is going to do anything but instill confidence in towards your side.
Difficult times ahead. Going to have to start converting some rounds here, paiN, and the money is away from them, so not likely in this round. Aurora, I think that first map is maybe enough for them to take this series, honestly. paiN's Overpass not delivering, and a team that they feel they'd already figured out, right? So there's just so much like mental advantage for Aurora, and you can see it here. 6 already on the T side. Probably set to be a 7th. Then we start asking the question, how deep does this go? When will it end? Madja creeping around, not looking on the other side of the smokes. It could be a quick move for VSM if he opts to push up the connector. He's nervous to do so, however. Big gap over towards Banana. They'll look to abuse that. Prior Junior's Deagle. He had high hopes for it, so did we. Doesn't happen. So for 1, flank being held. They just really have the number of paiN on this one. Woxic getting the 2nd flanker, in fact.
Maybe the 3rd.
He's bored.
Yeah.
He's kind of bored, but Big Azera also scared to peek it.
I don't blame him. Just save the M4. You don't really have anything to work with around it for him specifically. Everybody else has kind of a decent amount of residual cash. He's kind of on the lesser end. So if he saves, everybody else gets a full buy around him. They have, of course, got loss bonus, max loss bonus, as you would assume when you're 7-1 down. And in multiple cases, a scoreline of 7-1 is one that Brazil don't like, especially not in this one, as paiN are already looking in a very, very vulnerable state.
What was that, like 10 years ago now? 2014,
yeah, 12 years ago.
In Rio, no? Is that correct?
2014 Rio? Yes, it was, yeah.
Oh, well, in Brazil.
In Brazil.
Dotted about a little bit.
Yeah, and our producer, wonderful days, as he's German. I remember that is the first time I drank a beer watching that game. I remember. That was, what was it, 2014?
Hold on a minute.
14, that's legal in England.
Yeah, no, in your own home and all that.
No, if your parents' permission. It's like...
Well, like in a pub?
Well, I was camping, so...
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
In like a space, but I think if it's like a licensed serving alcohol, you've got to be 18. Then there's this whole, you know... We
with a meal.
Yeah, we had that episode of In-Betweeners, you know, that changed the world.
Full roast, yeah.
Yeah, when it's like
16
if there's an adult present that's also having a meal and also having a drink, or some weird loophole like that. You know, you're allowed to shoot a man with a bow and arrow if he stood on the corner at 3 p.m. in Wales. You know, we've got some really weird laws like that are just thousands of years old for some reason in this country.
There's one in London. It's illegal to clean your carpets in the street.
Too right.
Yeah.
No one wants to see your messy carpet.
Yeah, you can't dust off your carpets in the street.
Well, I would imagine that probably comes from like Victorian era, everyone just doing it, and then you've got a dusty street.
I watched a video of a guy like purposely breaking all these old laws that no one even knows are laws. They're all kind of stupid, like you can't carry a fish, not in a bag and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, they're diving in towards B. Slammer VSM kills a piece. The Torrid knows where one is, I was going to say, but he's getting flanked. But Pariah dives down, which is the alarm bell for Xantares to turn, and he does, and he rips ahead. Might get more here as well. Do they even consider connector? It's looking like it's going to be a no. Xantares will go up. The Barrels player's probably dead to rights here. Oh, it's a nice find, and he doubles back. Xantares. There is these spidey senses tingling for him. He has a feeling about a player lurking. He's holding for it. It's Big Azera in behind. 45 seconds. They call for a freeze because they're waiting to see what the reaction from paiN is. When does Big Azera go? Is Magic going to be the one to test the waters? Oh, both of them are asleep for the initial engagement, but it's Magic who wakes up on time.
I mean, it's so out of character for Big Azera, you know what I mean? Like, when there's all this noise going on, you would expect him to go swinging in and just at least have a look. But he gives them too much respect, too much space to work with. See what Xantares is capable of doing. Major has drawn NQZ away. Will rotate quickly towards Heaven here, so you have to be careful. Be aware of his quick movements. He doesn't have a kit available. And if Aurora just hide, I don't think he can really win this.
That's it. Woxer gets a third molly he's picked up now. He's picked up 3 mollies.
Pyromancer.
Yeah. Dips into Monster, gets a molly, comes back, throws it over towards the Rat from Spawn. Yeah, like you mentioned, as long as you don't fight him, there's no way of winning it. 8-1 now. Aurora continue this steamroll through Overpass. And paiN looks so checked out. Everything they're throwing at them isn't coming to fruition. It's that make of noise by paiN. Could have had one dead to right, but he doesn't. And that leads to, and actually Xantares getting a second behind it by being boosted up. That never would have happened if paiN had got his freebie.
Xantares continues though, not quite as crazy numbers. He's like 14 and 4 or something. So, a couple more deaths maybe on the cards for him here. But in terms of just the domination, the control, the impact, it's definitely continued.
Yeah,
into map number 2
in opening doors as well.
Yeah, mad guy. Just going for it. Absolutely brilliant stuff. And well, an Aurora T side that looks quite nice, to be honest. As we have criticized them, not the only ones of their T sides. It's how we've had these like crazy overtimes with them involved. You have to bear in mind we had that quadruple overtime, but also there was an overtime on the 3rd map as well.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a mess.
This is great, by the way. They've scaled so quickly in towards the A site, and that they can kind of get their hooks in deep through on the rotates. They don't even need to plant for bathroom. Ooh, paiN. Again, this feels like one of those where it's like his timing could be everything. Soulfly will find Big Azera. Does he expect the second player? He doesn't. Bomb goes down nonetheless, but it's flank upon flank here. Wakadia for one, then paiN's in the background, then he's diving in towards the scope of Woxic. And NQZ again left in a 1 versus 2, but this looks like one he'll give a look into. Can't afford to lose it though. There isn't any residual cash for paiN. They need this one, and Wokic's on the angle. He's quicker on the trigger, and it will be another round, and you can just see they are dejected over towards paiN. They know this map and this series is at a rapid pace slipping away from them.
Yeah, not too much to add, to be honest with you. I think indeed it paints its own picture here. Going to be the half buy as paiN looks set to concede this one and just try and pick up any round that they can. The Overpass needs some work, and as we've talked about, the main issue with paiN coming into this year and into this tournament, just that map pool, man. It's vulnerable. It's really, really vulnerable. And, they find themselves in a position where they aren't really playing the Anubis, if anything, trying to permaban that away. And it's tough. That as a mindset coming into 2026 and modern Counter-Strike is not great. A lot of teams, new map will come out, they'll kind of work on it, and they will allow it to be played. Gone are the days of like perma-banning the new map because it's the new map and we don't want to learn it and all that. It's much safer, I think, to just come into it with a fresh mindset and, get rid of something like Overpass in your cycle. But they've got Overpass, it doesn't look great, plus 2's shaky, and then ultimately Anubis and Ancient feel like 2 maps that they want to be banning, and you only get 1 ban, so yeah, the pool really suffers.
I like this. Xantares has found one towards the top site. They're looking like they want to double back. Magic just doesn't expect him there. The nade will get off. How does he stay alive there? And in doing so, Wakadia will make a little bit of a creep move through the monster pipe, and he gets a kill of his own. Snow still remains on the site. He's got the support of paiN, who opened up with a boost in towards short. They now double back towards the A site. It's a foot race in which they'll win. So bomb will be planted by Maja. And another really difficult retake for paiN. Smokes down to make life awkward, but a lurk one from Snow to try and get him out. Maja up close with the orb. Combat AWPing will work for him. Woxic dead to rights as he's back turned on Transformer. A 1v3 turn 1 versus 2. It's all on Pride. And a couple of nice moments for paiN in this tournament. We're looking for one again for the new gun on this side. Maja will trade places in towards Bank. He tucks his head and he's overlooked. Brilliant work coming through, and another mid to late round adjustment towards that top site, which works well for Aurora. Double digits for them. They are absolutely on fire.
Yeah, on the T side as well, which we've continually said is just like, you know, the most CT side of map in the pool right now. T side really, really difficult.
How did Maja survive there? That is, if that doesn't sum up this paiN performance, I don't know what does.
I think they're dejected. I think they know this map is just not for them. And maybe they are to blame in a way. Perhaps the benefit of the doubt that we gave them coming into this once we saw the veto was like, you know, it's coming. You've had some time. You can work on it. Still low reps, so it's not like it's totally out of question. He doesn't see them.
It definitely got come to him on the radar, though. You see him kind of panic. You're like, one mid, like, you see him. I think he now might be known quantity as well. Oh, he's given two, Maja. Just as we sung his praises, he lets one slide by there.
67 HP for NQZ as that tag comes in. Kadia and Soulfly left to try and pick up the pieces. Maybe they can. Soulfly tagged low.
He's known.
Join his team. Nah, I don't think so. You don't expect a second here ever.
Yeah.
But they know that it's compromised deep, so it's like, do you want to follow up on this? Probably not. Kadia, however, off on an adventure.
Uh-oh.
Oh! Oh!
It's a no-scope. It's a no-scope.
Yeah, that's fair. An immediate response is definitely needed there. Oof.
25 seconds, but no bomb. He's got to win this by fights, basically.
I don't think it's happening. Molotov comes in, smoke on top of that. I'll be very careful with these nades. Breaks it, looking. It's just 15. Not going to work. Yeah, there's no way, right? This final player behind him, if Snow had gone down, could have just run away and they would have won all the same. So paiN will get 2. Is that going to be enough? Probably not. I think especially on your CT side, a lot of work cut out here. Aurora picking into this one for a reason, and you can absolutely see why. The culmination of this series is very possible after this short break.
Welcome back. A one-sided showing, to say the absolute least. Aurora look absolutely incredible. 10 rounds in the first half for them on the T side of Overpass, no less than a C side of map in the pool. So that is a statement and a half. All signs point to Aurora closing out the map and the series pretty swiftly. And starting with a pistol would all but seal that fate for paiN.
Indeed, it is one step at a time now for the T side of the Brazilians. They have to ignore the scoreline above them, grind those rounds out, and hopefully not lose any. All flight. Moving in deep. It's a lot of information. It's a lot of information. The rotation's now going to move away from B towards A. They've got the forward-facing Centaurus on the Julies, looking to be the hero in between these two angles here. Good timing for this, but he gets his head cleanly taken off his shoulders. So a question of how things will pan out now. Arcadia down below.
I like it.
Sneaky angle. Will
I like
he get
it.
checked? Yes, he does, but they're still not ready. Nearly finds 3. He's got a teammate over on short as well to just hold the line and make sure they can't get any further. The bombers awkwardly spilled forwards, I believe. So that needs recovering. Might be on the stairs, actually. Yeah, so okay, it's all good for the bomb recovery, but it's man advantage for Aurora.
Raya will reclaim this short space. You got Soul Flight. He's now left as the last B Bastion as the push comes through, and he will hit his shot. Only one more deliver on Bigazera. A couple of body shots will see him into an early grave, but he is potentially going to get the plant. He taps it, he looks for the fight, and it'll work against him. No bomb plant, only a couple of kills. That's not good enough. Honestly, they probably might have been better off going for the plant then, just having somebody to work with. They would have got that as a guarantee. He goes for the round win rather than maybe the extra cash in the pocket, but it's this move here by Arcadia. He gets kind of double-checked by NQC, and it's a bit of a flustered... Oh, there is somebody, and he turns around, loses his head, so does his teammate. It all falls apart. Aurora, 11-2 now. They are waltzing through this.
Yeah, they just needed the round, man. It's falling apart. It's not happening. This is those generational comebacks that you see once every couple of years, you know?
Yeah. We already had ours, though, for this week. We had an 11-1
yeah.
on the CT side, and then it was an 11-1 return. That was Fnatic take on Ents.
We've cashed it in.
Yeah, that's ours for the year. Like, we're not going to get another one like that. 11-1, 11-1 goes to overtime.
You said that now. We're going to have the, record longest game or something.
Yeah. There's like 60 rounds, something like that, something along those lines.
Yeah. Crazy work.
Our quad OT one the other day, that'll probably end up being the longest of the tournament, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think there's really a chance for Aurora here to let that slip away. Just the fact that, it's like you're on the CT side.
Yeah.
Picked up the pistol. There's so many things, so many things that paiN have got to defy. They also stink on this map.
Yeah.
As we're seeing.
It'd have to be a grossly misplayed scenario for this to be squandered. But let's see. Starting to scale their way forward through bathrooms. They're pretty much feeling like they're going to commit towards this A finish. They have a lot of util to use, so wherever NQZ and Snow place these smokes, that'll be most likely where the finish line is, and in they come. Soulfire for the first. NQZ hits the deck, and inside of that smoke will get a reload off. Up close, Woxic will lose his life, but Badger's up in quick timing, and Zantara's here as well. Decent trades, though.
M4 out. Able to hold the line as you would expect. That stronger weaponry making the difference. VSM brings it down to one. He's gone for the jump peek. He doesn't quite see him. He hears his step. Oh! And VSM will take him down. Lovely stuff. 1v2. No keen celebrations just yet, though. There's still a lot of work to be done.
How do you not win that one? The trades are really, really effective there by paiN. Credit to them. And VSM, that nice little 1v2 at the end. It all starts so well, and when Madra and Zantaras get kills apiece, they just reassure the numbers. I thought that VSM might overlook it because he jumps over the box and he doesn't spot anything, but he taps the bomb plant, doesn't commit to it. It's a great little play. Don't know how he gets away with it, but you take him all the same. VSM, Bigazera, creeping their way forward. This could be a bloodbath here in towards Connector. Molotov might make a bit of a difference of this. That's when they'll dive through. They're expected, and VSM goes for 2.
A recovered M4 worth its weight in gold, it would seem.
Oh!
Double dink. Woxic really wants that kill when you hear a double dinker coming in. It's like, come on, man, just give me it. But unfortunately, escapes him. Cardia's Deagle set up in heaven to try and thin the numbers if he can. Woxic also going to group up over here. So they're in the right place. Can they place those shots is the next question.
This is a hard round to lose for paiN. They haven't looked fantastic so far in this game. It's a pretty rough timing to rotate away. Woxic as well. He could have caught paiN in transition. That's the bomb, though. And QZ spotted. He's done damage towards 2, and he's going to kill none of them. That is so unfortunate for him. Snow and NQZ both really should be dead to rights, but they're not. As the smoke comes down, there's nothing Wakadia can do. He'll have a little look with the Deagle. He spots one towards short, sees the head, but he can't hit the shot. Somehow, only the one casualty for paiN. They're pretty fortunate, but they'll take them.
Yeah, they most certainly are. They most certainly are. And, you know, right place, right time for Aurora in the connector to kick the round off. But unfortunately, the bullets, weaponry, not quite working out. So as you like saying, it's thin margins, you know, really quite close. Could have swung the other way pretty easily. Going to be an eco out here. paiN should move up to 5. Lot of work to do, of course, but and there, I suppose, if they can cleanly win the opening full rifle and everything, maybe I start believing. We'll see.
Yeah, we don't believe just yet, but it's at least a nice steps. Santara is on the triple boost. He's waiting. Already takes his short control. For now, it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Honestly, unfortunately, it looks like he might not even get tested. They're setting themselves up for an A split. Molotov connector, no reaction as well. You can really see paiN trying to break down the puzzle a little bit. Where are they? Double mollies will give them connector control. There's no information to be gathered. And I think as the time ticks on, they know that there's something nefarious brewing here. Oh, and it's checked by Biggest Arrow. Well, that'll give me information. They're towards B. A dive in with a pistol. Soulflower get 1, but it's an easy shutdown. That's the information gathered, and now there's ecos on the table, so they're hungry for them.
And VSM on that M4 is going crazy. And that thing is blessed. Cardia's 5-7.
Wow, good effort.
Sharp. Taking some guns away. I mean, the last thing you want to be worrying about is the money when you're on this comeback train, so always good to make sure that is the case.
Oh, a lovely 180. Tara's a bit of trigger discipline, but works against him. Back in to the buy for Aurora. And this will be a decent sort of tell whether there's actually any life for paiN. You can overcome this gun round from Aurora, and especially if you can do it quite efficiently too. I'll put you in a really nice spot. Boosting over here. Woxic with the AWP. I like this. He's waiting to see whether there's any mid-control to be taken. Just creeping underneath him. He's spotted ahead, though. And at least his information gained, but no one's actually gone into his party. They've pushed through lower. That's kind of unfortunate. It's the right idea. They just both come through mid rather than going in towards party.
Yeah, and it's obviously a change-up. That's usually a triple boost, right? That gives you full vision. So more of an info boost. They're going to use that information to their advantage. And am I correct in thinking we're up to 4 on A here? I think so. It's not a player floating around in heaven anymore. So pretty sold on the A hit. Seems like they would be correct. The bomb lurking over here. Just have to be careful not to reveal their hand too early, Aurora.
They're spotted long.
Feeding into the AWP though if they're not careful. First kill comes in. Molotov as well, burning pretty substantially. Woxic looking to try and get one back. Madja reveals. Are we still going to go here? I think it's a dangerously well-defended bomb site, and they are indeed still pushing forwards. Woxic stands strong for 3. And Aurora hit 12. As soon as the guns come out, it's all too easy.
Yeah, it's a really nice gamble call. I was definitely still concerned about it when we're seeing a kind of a pushing towards bathrooms. It feels like they're maybe overplaying their cards a little bit, over-fighting unnecessarily, but Woxic does so well. His isolation of fight is excellent. The first, the second, and this third one as well, the close quarter shot on towards NQZ. That's the kind of round we needed to see. Another statement by Aurora. Yes, paiN, you've got a few rounds in a row off the back of our lack of econ. When the guns are in play, only one team in play. paiN makes his way in towards short, and he takes immediate damage to the HE.
Well, this is it then for this series. It's not knockout territory just yet for paiN. I think that's maybe why there's still a couple smiles on the face, because it's not all over. This is a 1-1 game. There is certainly potential to be facing some scarier teams down below, however. Yeah, nice little contact play. Woxic still here on the AWP, though. He's the man got our eyes on so far. CT side going well for him. Misses the shot. Because there to find Madra as well. Suddenly the low buy, the force buy, starts to pick up some more weaponry and bolster their position.
Yeah, it's actually getting a little scary. The bomb's going back to B. There's no one here. They just immediately lose the B side. You've got just Soulfly, but he's rotating back up top side. Soulfly gets smoked out. I honestly think they probably just attempt the save. And speaking of, there's the smoke. Smoke comes down. The B side's barren. Nothing Soulfly can do about this. I think we're just going for a save here for Aurora. So paiN are going to live to see another day. A late move towards B, but a nice little adjustment in the late round. Not dead just yet, but again, it still doesn't take away from how unlikely this recovery is going to be.
Contact flash, clean. Eagle headshot. You know, they're still able to create some kills here, but I think Aurora potentially getting lazy with their peaks, you know, and just very confident in themselves. They know that the round is extremely likely to come their way by circumstance.
Uh-oh.
Snow's got no idea. There's an AK, and shoring up the save as well, which is a pretty big deal.
Here we go. They'll talk, they'll save. That'll be that. Couple of casualties, but an ever so slight upgrade with the AK-47. Yeah, nice work. This is the kill we missed, but it's a great shot from Bigazera. So unexpected as well. And also on the flip side, felt like Woxic was in a prime position to get a kill. He just misses the swing out from VSM and then can't capitalize on it with the break in the smoke. paiN aren't dead just yet. Still just trucking along ever so slightly. The wheels are still on, but barely. Woxic, what has he got? He's actually bailed them out of a lot of rounds. Oh, and that felt like a freebie. It's NQZ who finds Soulfly, but Woxic should have at least traded, if not got him before his teammate dies. Fade away from Wakadia. Looks for a second. It's robotic from Wakadia. That is so damn sharp. And the AWP gets a tag through the corner of that wall. And it leaves it all now. 2 Deagles and Wakadia on that AK-47. How do they fare in a 3 versus 3? They've got to rip a couple of heads, but NQZ and paiN have got other ideas. Ace clutch required for Wakadia. And is he going to give this a look?
I think so. Man, that sucks for the AWP. Really would have made a big difference. Could have been a heartbreak finish for paiN. Not going to be the case. Wakadia sticking around here. He does have a kit available as well, so maybe he tries to go in for a late one. Zantares just has to watch from the sidelines. Indeed, getting a bit bored, as is Wakadia. Surely not. What? Has he just been spotted there? He's just gone 10 seconds. Oh, it's still close. He was expecting a player. Can't quite find him. Desperate attempt. Not going to happen. However, that bomb might go off and take some with it.
I'll take Bigazera.
Timeout now from Aurora as they do indeed feel that they got to get this one closed out. Gap closing. Money not there for them after this round. So 12-7. If it goes 12-8, that's 12-9. And then you're just in this loop of slightly weaker buys.
Yeah.
Lacking a kit here, as you can see. So, yeah, they really do need to talk things over.
It is definitely starting to get into a perilous position. And one they need to be careful of. No two ways about that. We shall see. I mean, the beautiful nature about kind of where Aurora are at the moment is it doesn't really matter how they get there. All they need to do is just stumble over the line with one round. paiN at least looking a little bit more competent here than they were in the first half. There was so little on offer on their CT side. It just feels like when they are dictating the tempo and the pace of the game, they've got a little bit more about them, and that's across the vast majority of maps. With actually the good run that we're getting here from paiN, it really begs the question, if we had actually got a little bit more of a competitive first half, like, would we actually be considering the Inferno at this point? Oh yeah, he spots him. Only a pixel to work with. And I wasn't sure that NQZ, because he doubled back, whether he had spotted Woxic on the flip side.
Getting ready to fight, but obviously, like, just such a difficult angle to fight, and it's kind of a relatively new boost as well.
Nice nade. Cadia, lucky to still be alive. Woxic getting aggro. This is the bomb, which is spotted, but he misses his shot. He drops smoking towards Divider, and all he wants to do is just fall away with his life intact. There's a gap on the crack angle of Divider, a spam on the smokes, not far off. Just trying to slow paiN down now.
Still looking pretty scary. Smoke at the front end of bathroom. They do have a player that's pushed up here. Could catch Woxic. Flash, not good enough. Too obvious, and he's easily able to land that one.
This looks done here.
It does indeed. Low HP. Flank coming in. Wicardia to catch. Surely over now. Snow. Yeah, the flash works. Snow left, low HP with that bomb. Gets dropped. It's all on to Pryor Jr., and he will fall easily. Aurora's timeout works for them quite nicely. And it will be 2-0 going in for the Turkish squad. Not quite paiN's day, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, they need